We're live.
Hi.
Hi. We're actually not live. We're recording.
We're recording.
We're recording. So we
Okay.
could take two if we need to.
Okay.
But this is take one.
Take one. So we're here with Christy. And we're going to talk about her health journey and what it's like and how she got to this point. So how about tell us a little bit about you?
So my name is Christy Lawrence. I'm 51 years old. And I live in Florida with my husband, who called today and said, I want to interview you, so here we are. So what do you want to know? That's a little bit about me. I have
Mama 2.
Mama 3.
Mama 3.
Or 5 or 6. It depends on how you count them.
Okay.
So, two that I physically gave birth to, several that I love and take care of.
So about your health journey, do you call it a diet? Do you call it a health plan? Do you call it recovery? What do you call it?
Well, I guess it depends on who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about, but it is not, unless we're using the term diet to mean those foods which I eat. Like, what does your diet consist of? Like, oh, well, my diet consists of leafy greens and fuelings. Unless we're talking about like the foods, that the type of foods that I eat, it's not a diet in the traditional sense of like a restriction. When I think of diet, I think restriction, like you can't have this, you can't have that, eat only salads. That's what diet means to me. So no, I refer to it as my my lifestyle change. I changed the way I thought about food, and I changed those foods which I typically eat.
And so, what did you think about food before you started this?
Food was for pleasure. Food was for comfort. Food was everything that went into my mouth needed to be a party in my mouth. I mean, like, like, why would you eat something that you didn't like?
So like, it was like your best friend?
I mean,
Kinda.
okay. I mean, it's something to be enjoyed. It was something that had to be enjoyed. It didn't have anything to do about, in my mind before, it wasn't about food that was good for me or food that wasn't good for me. It was just, what did I want? It was all about my wants, not my needs.
And so what was your highest weight?
300-ish. I
Wow.
know I went over 300, but I don't know how far over, because you just don't want to be on scale at that point.
Yeah. So, is this your first attempt at losing weight?
No,
or
no,
getting healthy, or?
No, I attempted to lose weight my entire life. I mean, I felt like I jumped from one diet to another. I remember being a teenager trying Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, multiple attempts on that. I did keto, I did intermittent fasting, I did the Atkins diet for a while. I think I might have tried South Beach. I looked up the Mediterranean diet for a hot minute.
Did you have surgery?
I had surgery. That was a attempt at some extreme measure to lose weight. And I had surgery when I was at the complete end of, I didn't feel like anything else was going to work but surgery.
And so how much weight have you lost?
With surgery?
No, with this current lifestyle change.
Since being on this plan, I lost 110 pounds in about 11 months. And
Wow.
I've kept at that weight within 5 to 10 pounds for over right at a year now.
And so how has that affected you? How has it affected you emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically? What have the changes been like?
Well, before losing the weight this time, I pretty much felt stuck. I felt like that all my life was ever going to be was what my life was at that moment. And right before starting this plan, I was not in a good place, a headspace mentally. Our marriage was...
We were having challenges.
We were having challenges. that we were trying to push through, but I wasn't sure I was going to always have the energy to keep fighting those challenges. So we were living separately at that point. I was in a job that at the time I did not feel largely effective in. I was tired all the time. I remember driving home from work and getting to the driveway and turning off the car and being too tired to get out and go inside to lay down. So I would just nap in the car. If I did make it into the bedroom, I would, I would need a nap before I could do laundry or dinner or anything.
And so what's it like now? How has it changed?
Well, first of all, my confidence level in myself has changed a lot. Like,
she's a lot sexier too.
Like, I feel like I'm capable and I'm confident, and I feel like I can. Some days I feel like I can change the world, and some days, some days I'm still frustrated, but I have a lot more energy. Naps are not required. Doesn't mean I don't take them on occasion, but I don't have to have them to finish a day. I sleep better. I don't know. I mean, everything has changed. Everything. Every aspect of my life has changed.
So were you on any kind of medication because of your weight before?
Yes, I was on blood pressure medicine, which apparently was weight related. Triglyceride medicine because my cholesterol was really high. That probably had something to do with all the fast food I ate. I was also on acid reflux medicine at least once a day.
Wasn't it?
Sometimes twice a day, and that would only keep the acid reflux at bay. It wouldn't take it away. I always felt it, but it was pretty bad.
And so are you still on those medicines?
Nope, none of those medicines. I still am on thyroid medicine because my thyroid is not weight induced, but all of the medicines that were obesity related.
Such a harsh word.
What?
Obesity.
Yeah. And it is a harsh word, but I wasn't just obese. I was in the morbidly obese category. And and that's what prompted me to get on the plan in the first place, was that I was 100% sure that I was about to die due to my weight.
And so when you decided to try this this lifestyle change, what were your expectations? What did you want from it?
I wanted to not die. I wanted to lose enough weight that when I had the heart attack that I know was coming, that I would be healthy enough to recover from it.
And so how has it exceeded those expectations?
Well, I'm no longer on blood pressure medicine. I'm not having those same issues. My doctor has pretty much said that my chance of having a heart attack at this point, based on my blood work and such, is low. Doesn't mean that I won't have a heart attack. I do still have a family history of it, but my risk is tremendously lower than it was before.
And so, so who are your supporters and who are your detractors? Do you have anyone who supports you in this? Do you have anyone who's like, yeah, it won't last? Or
I think I still have lots of people who think it won't last, and I think that's because I spent years yo-yoing. Lose some weight, gain some weight, lose some weight, gain some weight. I will say that I have never lost this amount and kept it off this long. When I had weight loss surgery, I did lose 80 pounds then. And I guess maybe, I don't remember exactly how long I kept it off, but it did start creeping back up. It was out of control pretty quickly.
But it just kept weight off. It didn't get you healthy. I think there's a big difference.
Why? So do you want to tell them why that it didn't
Well,
get me healthy?
I think, I mean, certainly losing weight if you're overweight is healthy, but you can be skinny and unhealthy too. I think diet does have a lot to do with how
Right. So
healthy you are.
So the things that we put into our body. So like some people who have a really high metabolism can eat a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts and nothing.
But that doesn't mean that it's good for that.
Correct. So yes, but when weight loss surgery for me was nothing more than forced portion control. It reduced the size of my stomach so that I could not eat a lot at one time. It did not help me choose foods that would serve my body well. So what I mean by that was, and even now, I mean, I imagine I could go to McDonald's and get my old standby of the small cheeseburger with mac sauce and a small fry, and I imagine I could eat it. And
if it was just about the calories.
If it were just about the calories, right. But I will say that what I've noticed now is that kind of carb load, if I take on that many carbs at once, it works very much like a sleeping pill for me. I feel very lethargic immediately. I feel tired. I want to sleep. It's almost like even that carb intake being a sugar, like I don't know whether my sugar high just hits real fast and then I crash real fast or what, but it takes about 30 minutes after a carb overload for me to want to be asleep.
So was that a big revelation to you, how addicted to sugar you were?
Well, so I never really liked using the term addicted, because there are people in my life that I care a lot about who battle with addiction, and I didn't think it was possible to be addicted to a food. I mean, like to sugar. It doesn't seem
possible.
Not possible. I mean, it definitely seems possible. It just seems like, why in the world would you talk about that? It's such a, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Like, oh my gosh, like, you're not addicted to that. You can't be addicted to that because
that's fake news.
Right. And so I never really wanted to use the term addicted until having stepped away from sugar for a while and then going back and having some on a cruise that we were on, that I started noticing that some of my habits that I had before that just seemed like extreme behavior were actually more addictive behavior. Hiding wrappers, sneak eating, like eating in secret and doing stuff like that.
And so how far away from your weight goal are you? Like what?
I struggle with that because I am totally good with the way I look now.
So much.
Except for things like extra skin and.
But it's better to be healthy then.
Right. So I'm okay with the way I look. I still am chasing a healthy BMI, and technically based on a height and weight chart, strictly height and weight, not including my age, not including any other things. I'm still about 20 pounds from a healthy BMI. So sometimes I chase that and sometimes I don't. So what was the question? Am I okay with where I'm at?
Well, what I just asked, I think I just asked what your weight goal is.
I don't know.
So if you ever hit that weight goal, you said something about 20 pounds.
Yeah, so if I lost another 20 pounds.
So would that be the end of your journey, or would
I
continue?
I wish there was an end to the journey. I wish I could hit. I mean, heck yeah! If I could just hit a number on the scale, I'd drive all to that number, and just hit that number and then be done with it. But being done with that number or getting to that number doesn't mean that then I get to do what I want, or I don't get to go back to thinking about food as what I want and just eating all the sugary things. Because if I do, I'm going to gain the weight back.
And so if somebody wanted to talk to you about how to get healthy, how would they do that?
Shoot me a message on Messenger, or send me a message through text, or My Facebook profile is public, so anybody should be able to get to me through Messenger easily enough.
All right. Well, that was it.
Thanks
Peace
for
out.
watching.
Go Bolts.
Oh yeah, there's a Bolts game. Time to wrap this up.